Daniel Nii Tackie Mensah. Danny Welbeck is an English professional footballer who plays as a centre-forward for Premier League club Manchester United and the England national team. He can also play as a winger. Welbeck made his way through the youth teams at Manchester United before making his senior debut in 2008 and scoring in the process. He was with United when they won the 2008 Euro 09 Football League Cup and the 2008 FIFA Club World Cup before being sent on loan to Preston North End and more recently Sunderland. Since the 2011 Euro 12 season, Welbeck has been a regular figure in the Manchester United first team. He made his senior England debut in March 2011 in a 1-1 friendly draw against Ghana, the homeland of both of his parents. He scored his first senior international goal on June 2, 2012, the only goal in a friendly victory over Belgium. Welbeck has gone on to represent England at UEFA Euro 2012 and the 2014 FIFA World Cup, earning over 25 caps. Club career. Early career. Born in Longsight, Manchester, England, to Ghanaian parents, Welbeck was first spotted by Manchester United as a 6-year-old. At 8 years old, he impressed with local side Fletcher Moss, and was finally picked up by the Manchester United Youth Academy. He joined United during the 2005 Euro 06 season, making his debut for the club's under-18 side on April 8, 2006 in a league match against Sunderland. He then came on as a substitute in the next game, before being named as an unused substitute in the team's last 2 games of the season. The following season, he made a further 28 appearances for the under-18s, scoring 9 goals, including 8 appearances and 1 goal in the FA Youth Cup, in which he helped the team to reach the final, despite being 2 years younger than some of the other players. He was not handicapped despite suffering from Osgood-Euro-Schlatter disease, and was making rapid progress, despite his pneumonia. Welbeck signed his first trainee contract in July 2007, and started the 2007 Euro 08 season in the under-18 side, but was quickly promoted to the reserve team, making a number of substitute appearances. Then, in January 2008, he was called up to the first team for the trip to Saudi Arabia to play Al Hilal and Sami Al Jaber's testimonial. Welbeck made his debut in that game on January 21, 2008, coming on as a 65th-minute substitute for Anderson. Welbeck had the chance to snatch a draw for United when he was brought down in the penalty area in the final minute, but he put the penalty kick over the bar. On January 25, 2008, Alex Ferguson revealed that Welbeck would be considered a first-team squad member for the rest of the 2007 Euro 08 season. On February 9, 2008, Alex Ferguson revealed that Welbeck would be involved in the matchday squad for the Manchester derby the following day. He also hinted that Welbeck may be involved from the start of the game. This did not come to pass however, as he was left out of the team entirely. Welbeck made his competitive debut for the Manchester United first team on September 23, 2008, starting up front in the team's League Cup third-round match at home to Middlesbrough. United won the game 3-1, but Welbeck did not manage to get on the score sheet despite going close in the 3rd minute. He played again in the 4th round against Queen's Park Rangers on November 11, 2008, coming on as a 72nd-minute substitute for Rodrigo Possebon. A few minutes later, he was brought down in the penalty area by Peter Ramage. Carlos Tar Copyright-Vez converted the resulting penalty kick and United won the match 1-0. Welbeck made his Premier League debut on November 15, 2008, coming on as a 63rd-minute substitute for Park Ji-sung against Stoke City. He marked his debut with a curling 30-yard strike into the top right corner for United's 4th goal in a 5-0 win. Welbeck's next senior appearance for Manchester United came in an FA Cup third-round tie against Southampton on January 4, 2009, when he opened the scoring in a 3-0 win. He followed that performance with a goal in the 5th-round victory over Derby County. On September 23, 2009, Welbeck scored his first goal of the 2009 Euro 10 season and first in the League Cup. He hit the only goal of the game in the 3rd round against Wolverhampton Wanderers. On October 27, 2009, Welbeck scored in his second successive League Cup game, scoring the first against Barnsley in a 2-0 win. On November 25, 2009, Welbeck made his Champions League debut in the 1-0 defeat to Besiktas. On December 11, 2009, Welbeck committed his future to the club by signing a new contract, keeping his services at United until 2013. Preston North End. On January 25, 2010, Welbeck became Alex Ferguson's son. Darren Ferguson's first signing as Preston North End manager since he took charge earlier in the month, signing on loan for the remainder of the 2009-10 season. As part of his recovery, he took part in a training session at Manchester United's training ground, but his knee swelled up again. The injury required surgery and Welbeck's loan was cut short on March 16 so that he could return to Manchester United for the operation. Sunderland. On August 12, 2010, Welbeck became Steve Bruce's eighth summer signing after Sunderland signed the United striker on loan for the duration of the 2010-11 season. Welbeck's debut for Sunderland came on August 14 as an 83rd-minute substitute for Darren Bent in a 2-2 home draw against Birmingham City. On November 14, Welbeck scored his first Sunderland goal as he completed the scoring in a 3-0 away victory over Chelsea, rounding off what was described as an impressive individual performance. 8 days later, Welbeck scored his first home goals for Sunderland, striking twice in a 2-2 draw with Everton. Welbeck scored the only goal as Sunderland beat Bolton Wanderers on December 18, 2010, and also scored on January 1, 2011 as Sunderland defeated Blackburn Rovers 3-0. Welbeck's form for Sunderland prompted widespread calls for an England call-up. However, on January 5, Welbeck picked up a hamstring injury in Sunderland's victory at Aston Villa, ruling him out for 8 weeks. He made his return on March 5, 2011, in a 0-0 draw away to Arsenal, coming on as a substitute for Steed Malbranque in the 68th minute. He almost scored a late goal that would have won the game for Sunderland in the 83rd minute, but his shot was saved by Wojciech and registered trademark Nii. He picked up an injury in the 4-2 home win over Wigan Athletic on April 23, and he returned to Manchester United for treatment for the remainder of the season. Manchester United, 2011-12 season. Welbeck was given a starting berth in the 2011 FA Community Shield match at Wembley Stadium on August 7, 2011. United won the game 3-2, having trailed rivals Manchester City 2-0 at half-time. He started alongside Wayne Rooney in the first league game of the 2011-12 Premier League season away to West Bromwich Albion. He was substituted in the 65th minute, to be replaced by Dimitar Berbatov. On August 22, Welbeck scored the opening goal of the match against Tottenham Hotspur, heading an across from Tom Cleverley from 9 yards to score in the 61st minute. He then provided an assist for Anderson in the 76th minute to make the score 2-0 before being substituted. United eventually won the match at Old Trafford 3-0. The next match against Arsenal also had Welbeck on the scoresheet. From outside the box, Anderson chipped the ball into Welbeck and he easily headed it over the goalkeeper to make the score 1-0. However, Welbeck had to leave the field early with a pulled hamstring which, consequently, ruled him out for several weeks. Welbeck scored twice in a Champions League group match against Basel in September 2011, the game ended 3-3. Welbeck scored again in the next game, a 2-0 home win over Norwich City, after coming on as a second-half substitute. He exchanged passes with Park Ji-sung before sweeping low into the bottom corner to seal the win. On December 21, 2011, Welbeck opened the scoring at Craven Cottage in a 5-0 United away win against Fulham. He met Nani's cross and steered the ball in with his left foot. On January 8, Welbeck scored the second goal in a 3-2 away victory against Manchester City at the City of Manchester Stadium in the FA Cup third round. Patrice Evra made a half-cleared cross, which Welbeck volleyed into Costel Pantelemon's bottom corner. On January 14, Welbeck scored the second goal in a 3-0 victory over Bolton Wanderers, after latching onto a through ball by Wayne Rooney. On January 22, Welbeck scored the winning goal in the 81st minute in a 2-1 away victory at the Emirates Stadium over Arsenal, his third goal in 3 games. Welbeck played his 50th overall match for Manchester United on February 23 in a 2-1 home loss to Ajax in the round of 32 of the 2011 Euro-12 UEFA Europa League. On March 18, Welbeck scored in a 5-0 victory over Wolves at Molineux Stadium. On April 15, he scored a goal late on in the first half against Aston Villa. A week later, Welbeck scored again against Everton, but the match ended at 4-4. His impressive performances throughout the 2011 Euro-12 campaign earned him a place on the shortlist for the 2012 PFA Young Player of the Year award, which was won by Tottenham Hotspur defender Kyle Walker. On January 14, it was reported that Welbeck would sign a long-term contract at Old Trafford. 2012 Euro-13 season, Welbeck started the first match of the season against Everton on August 20, 2012, which ended 1-0 to Everton. He was substituted for the much-awaited star signing of the season, Robin van Persie. On August 22, 2012 he signed a new 4-year contract with Manchester United, stating that playing for Manchester United is all he ever wanted. He scored his first goal of the season on October 20, in a 4-2 win at home to Stoke City. On February 13, 2013, Welbeck scored a vital goal in a 1-1 draw against Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu Copyright Stadium, heading in from a Wayne Rooney corner, his first goal in almost 4 months. Welbeck's goal against Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu Copyright Stadium made him the first Englishman to score for a Premier League team at the Bernabeu since Alan Smith in 2001. The England striker ended the season with a total of 2 goals in 40 appearances. 2013 Euro-14 season. Welbeck scored on the opening day of the season, scoring twice in a 4-1 win against Swansea City and new manager David Moyes' first league game as Manchester United manager. On October 2, 2013, he scored his only Champions League goal of the season in a 1-1 draw with Shakhtar Donetsk at the Donbas Arena. Between December 2013 and January 2014, Welbeck scored 6 goals in 6 Premier League matches. On December 15, he scored twice in a 3-0 win against Aston Villa at Villa Park. On December 21, he scored his first goal at Old Trafford since October 2012 in a 3-1 win over West Ham United. On December 28, he scored the only goal in United's win at Norwich City. He then scored in home matches against Tottenham Hotspur and Swansea City in January 2014. On March 9, Welbeck scored his 10th goal of the season in a 3-0 win at West Bromwich Albion. At the end of the season, Welbeck declared his intention to leave United to play as a striker elsewhere after what he described as his unhappiest season, stating, "I've been playing on the left for a while and Euro unregistered trademark s got to the time when I want to stake a place up front." International career, England youth squads. Welbeck made his England under-16s debut as a 14-year-old in October 2005 against Wales in the Victory Shield, which England won that year. He then progressed to the England under-17s team, scoring the decider in a qualifying game against Serbia, to help his team progress to the 2007 UEFA U17 European Championship. The tournament saw England finish as runners-up to Spain, which secured the team a place in the 2007 FIFA U17 World Cup in Korea. There, Welbeck scored 2 goals against New Zealand, helping Scotland to reach the quarter-finals in their first involvement in the tournament. Welbeck was originally intended to be a squad member for England's European Under-19 Championship campaign in July 2008, but was forced to withdraw. He eventually made his debut for the Under-19s on September 9, 2008, playing the full 90 minutes in a 2-1 win over the Netherlands. Welbeck made his England Under-21 debut on February 10, 2009, in the 3-2 loss to Ecuador, coming on for Adam Johnson. He followed this up with another substitute appearance in a 2-0 home defeat to France on March 31. He was then named in Stuart Pearce's original 23-man squad for the 2009 UEFA European Under-21 Football Championship in Sweden on May 27, but he had to pull out of the squad on May 31, due to an injury. On September 7, 2010, Welbeck scored his first 2 goals for the England Under-21 team in a 3-0 win over Lithuania. He scored his third Under-21 goal in a 4-0 away victory over Denmark on March 24, 2011. Welbeck then started the first game of England's campaign at the 2011 UEFA European Under-21 Football Championship against Spain. Welbeck scored an 88th-minute equaliser as England began the tournament with a 1-1 draw. England senior team. On November 18, 2008, it was reported that the Ghana Football Association was keeping tabs on Welbeck, with a view to him representing the Ghana national team in the future. On March 29, 2011, Welbeck was called up to the England squad, for their friendly fixture against Ghana. Welbeck replaced Ashley Young in the 81st minute of a 1-1 draw with Ghana at Wembley Stadium. He played in England's deciding Euro 2012 qualifier against Montenegro on October 7, 2011, coming on as a substitute for Theo Walcott in the second half. On May 29, 2012, Welbeck was listed as a part of the confirmed 23-man squad for Roy Hodgson's England squad for UEFA Euro 2012. On June 2, 2012, he scored his first goal for England in a 1-0 win against Belgium, with a chip over goalkeeper Simon McNulty after collecting a through ball from his Manchester United teammate Ashley Young. On June 15, 2012, Welbeck scored a backheeled winning goal in the 79th minute as England beat Sweden 3-2 in Euro 2012 in Kiev. Welbeck scored 4 goals in England's qualification for the 2014 FIFA World Cup, braces in 2 home matches, a 5-0 win over San Marino on October 12, 2012 and a 4-0 victory against Moldova on September 6, 2013. He was called up for the final squad for the tournament and started in England's opening 2-1 defeat to Italy before being substituted for Ross Barkley after 61 minutes. Welbeck also played England's second group game, a loss by the same score to Uruguay in which he was substituted for Adam Lallana for the last 19 minutes. Career statistics, club, as of May 11, 2014. International, as of June 19, 2014, international goals. Honours, club, Manchester United, Premier League, 2012 a Euro 13, Football League Cup, 2008 a Euro 09, FA Community Shield, 2011, 2013, FIFA Club World Cup, 2008, Individual, Jimmy Murphy Young Player of the Year, 2007 a Euro 08, Playing Style, due to his height, running style, and ethnicity, Welbeck has been compared to Togolese striker Emmanuel Adebayor and Nigerian striker Nwankwo Kanu, but styled his game on his boyhood hero Thierry Henry. He has also been known for his work rate and has been described as strong, quick, and very good in the air. Critics have acknowledged the strength in Welbeck's style of play, such as his work rate, pace and intelligence in following tactical command, especially after his performance in both of the knockout stage matches against Real Madrid. Welbeck has been praised as a big-game player. Under England manager Roy Hodgson, who favours the 4-3 formation, Welbeck's ability in supporting the attack, pressing the midfield and holding up the ball fit into the system. Notes. References. External links, profile at manutd.com, Danny Welbeck career stats at Soxerbase, Danny Welbeck England profile at England Stats.